Hi everyone. Let us look at some data cleaning. I have a few examples with me here. In the first one, we want to separate the first three letters, and to do that, we can simply write left and say that we want the first three characters to be extracted, and it gives me OFF for everything. I can also say mid, and then we say that starting at the fifth character, we want two characters, and that will give us PALAST. And then obviously from the right, we can look at 8 characters and that will give us the entire number. To separate the first name and the last name, we can go to just a moment, data, and then select split text to columns. The separator you can either put manually by selecting space or you can even set it to detect automatically. And the moment you do that, it should work. Let me just make sure why it's not working. So data, and then we select split text to columns. All right, let me select a space here. Okay. In this case, we had to do it manually. And as you see, it has split it into two columns. To combine two text values, we can use equal to concatenate to say that we want J3 and a space and K3 like this. When you're writing some of these formulas, you will also get this autofill and you can press Control Enter to fill this. As you can see, Control Enter, I get the formula in all the cells. It saves you some time. This is a little unreliable, might not happen all the time, but if it comes, then definitely use it. Another way of concatenating is to simply select the cell and put a space and this. In this case, you don't need to write concatenate. So in the first one, we have to do concatenate like this. But another option would be just to use a comma. So I can say that I want J3, then I want a space, and then I want K3. So it's up to you how you want to combine and mix and match. In this example, we want to do different types of cases. So if we say lowercase, it gives us lower. If we say uppercase, it gives us upper. And if we say proper case, it gives us proper case, which means the first letter of the first name and the last name will be capitalized. In this example, you can see that we have some additional spaces like this. To clean that up, go to data and select trim white space. And it says that from two selected cells, the additional spaces have been removed and only one space has been kept. To do that using a function, you can simply write equal to trim, and you can see that the additional spaces is not being removed. Just hold on. Okay. Once again, let me write trim. All right. So you can see that the additional spaces have been removed. There is another function called clean, which is used for non-printable characters. So there are certain cases where there is a character that you can't see, and you will of course have to find the character code for that, but it will remove it. For example, let us say we have written A, Alt Enter, and B. Now, when we look at the length, it will not give us 2, it will give us 3, since that Alt Enter is also considered as a character. So if I say equal to mid, and from the second position I take one character, it will give me something. So if we say equal to code, it tells me that the code for this Alt Enter is 10. Now, how do we combine all of these things? Very smartly, I can now say equal to substitute, and I want to substitute. Remember, the code is 10. So we want to create the character The character we want to create is character 10, and we want to replace that with a normal blank. And this means that this will become AB, right? So first we had to find out what that character is, which is the alt enter, which is 10 as the code, and then we convert the 10 code into a character, and then we replace it. You might not need it very often, but then for more advanced cleaning, this might be required.